In ancient Rome, a man was judged not by how loudly he loved, but by how well he governed himself. Today, in 2026, men are told that marriage is the ultimate achievement, the proof that you've made it. But what if the opposite is true? What if the modern institution of marriage no longer rewards discipline, loyalty, or sacrifice, but punishes them? And what if the most rational, stoic choice a man can make today is to walk a different path? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you may never look at marriage the same way again. This is not bitterness. This is not hatred. This is not fear. This is analysis. A Stoic man does not react emotionally. He observes reality, accepts what he cannot control, and acts in his own best interest. And the reality is this: marriage in 2026 is not the marriage of your grandfather. 1. Marriage is no longer a social contract. It's a legal risk. Once, marriage was a stable alliance between families. Today, it is primarily a legal contract enforced by governments and courts. And that contract carries asymmetric risk for men. Divorce rates remain high. Asset division laws often split wealth accumulated before and during marriage. Child custody outcomes frequently limit a father's role in his children's lives. A Stoic principle is simple: never enter a contract where the penalties outweigh the benefits. If a business deal had a 40 to 50% failure rate and could cost you half your assets, you would walk away without hesitation. Yet society pressures men to sign this contract emotionally. 2. Financial independence is harder than ever. In 2026, inflation, housing costs, and economic uncertainty dominate daily life. Marriage no longer guarantees financial efficiency. It often multiplies expenses. Larger housing expectations, wedding costs, lifestyle inflation, legal liabilities, potential alimony, child support obligations. A Stoic man values freedom over status. Money is not just currency, it is stored time and autonomy. When financial independence disappears, so does the ability to choose your path. 3. Modern culture devalues male sacrifice. Historically, men were honored for providing, protecting, and enduring hardship. Today, those same traits are often treated as obligations rather than virtues. You are expected to give, but not necessarily respected for giving. A Stoic does not complain about this. He adapts. He asks, where is my effort actually valued? If the answer is unclear, committing your entire future to one person becomes a high-risk gamble. 4. Attraction is no longer anchored to commitment. In past generations, marriage was the gateway to long-term intimacy and family. Now, relationships exist across a spectrum: casual dating, cohabitation without marriage, long-term partnerships, solo living by choice. Marriage is no longer required to experience companionship. So a rational question emerges: if the rewards are available without the contract, why sign the contract? Stoicism teaches us to remove unnecessary burdens. 5. Freedom is the ultimate male currency. Ask yourself this: what does a man truly lose when he loses freedom? Time, mobility, opportunity, peace of mind. A married man must negotiate every major decision: where to live, how to spend money, career risks, friendships, lifestyle choices. A single, disciplined man can pivot instantly. In a rapidly changing world, adaptability is survival. 6. Fatherhood does not require marriage. Many men still desire children, legacy, and meaning. But fatherhood and marriage are no longer inseparable. Co-parenting arrangements, legal protections, and modern family structures make it possible to be a dedicated father without entering a lifelong legal bond. A Stoic focuses on outcomes, not tradition, if the goal is to raise strong children. There may be multiple paths. 7. Emotional stability comes from within, not a spouse. Modern culture sells marriage as the cure for loneliness, anxiety, and lack of purpose. But Stoicism teaches the opposite. No external person can permanently stabilize your inner world. If you are unhappy alone, marriage will not fix it. It will amplify it. A Stoic man builds discipline, physical strength, financial stability, purpose, brotherhood, self-respect. These cannot be outsourced. 8. The world rewards mobility, not settling down. Remote work, global opportunities, digital income streams. The modern economy favors those who can move quickly. Marriage often anchors a man to one location, one lifestyle, one set of obligations. In a volatile era, flexibility is power. The Stoic warrior carries his life lightly. 9. High reward requires high certainty, which rarely exists. This is not an argument that all marriages fail. Some succeed beautifully. But Stoicism is not about exceptions, it's about probabilities. Before taking a risk that affects decades of your life, you must ask, do I truly know this person under stress, aging, hardship, boredom, and success? Because marriage is not tested in romance, it is tested in adversity. 10. The Stoic alternative. Build a life so strong you don't need rescue. Instead of chasing marriage as a goal, the Stoic man pursues mastery. Mastery of body, mastery of mind, mastery of finances, mastery of purpose. Ironically, this path often attracts high-quality partners anyway. But the key difference is this: you choose companionship, you don't depend on it. Marriage is not evil. Women are not enemies. Love is not weakness. But blind commitment in a changing world is not wisdom. A Stoic man does not follow tradition simply because it is tradition. He examines reality. He calculates risk. He preserves his freedom. And above all, he builds a life that cannot be destroyed by the decisions of another person. If marriage enhances that life, he may consider it. If it threatens that life, he walks away, calmly, without anger, without apology. If this perspective challenged you or gave you clarity, subscribe to this channel for more Stoic wisdom, masculine self-improvement, and truth about modern life. Because in a noisy world full of emotional advice, calm, rational thinking is a competitive advantage. And if you want to become stronger, wiser, and harder to break, hit subscribe now and join the few men who choose discipline over illusion.